Okay, so the last kind of chart that I want to talk about for Unit 2 is bar and column charts. So we kind of already saw the column chart with the histogram and also with the pivot chart that we created. Bar charts are similar, except they are horizontal instead of vertical. And they're very, very useful for comparing magnitudes across categories. And they're much, much better to use than a pie chart, which people often use to compare against categories. And the real reason here is because humans are not good at actually identifying the area of a circle. So the area of a circle does not grow linearly when you expand it, when the radius expands. So in fact, pie charts and 3D charts also are both evil and should be avoided at all cost. If you give me a pie chart or a 3D chart in this class, you'll earn a letter grade of an F. That's how much I don't like them. So you can also read some of the stuff with that I have linked in the textbook, the Stephen Few stuff and the Tufte stuff. Talk about why pie charts are not that good and all that fun stuff. So let's take a look at a chart that we can do a bar chart on. So if I go to Blackboard under Materials Unit 2, I'm going to look at Rio dataset. So I'll download it, open it up. And what this is from the Rio Summer Olympics that happened. I found the 10 top countries for total medal count. So gold, silver, and bronze. And right now they're ordered in alphabetical order according to the top 10. Right? And we'd like to make a bar chart out of this. So if I select it all and go to Insert Charts and do this kind of clustered bar, so it's under the ones that look like it's a column, but the bar charts are right here. I do this and move it over, and we see that we have United States on the top, Australia on the bottom. I don't really like those. I get rid of those. I'm going to go ahead and make it rounded corners, which again is just for prettiness. And so what we should notice is, because the bars are going out, right, starting from 0, we ought to be able to say, from this we should be able to say which country had the most total medal count as the United States. And then the next looks like it's China. But it's a little hard to read because of the way that it ordered it. So what it did was it took the one that was on top, row 2, and put it on the bottom. Then the next one up was China, right? Then France, then Germany. So if instead I wanted to order it by total medal count, from on top would be the most and on the bottom would be the least, then I need to sort the data. So if I select the data and go to Data, Sort, and then I do have headers. I want to sort by total medal count. And the question now is, do I do smallest to largest or largest to smallest? So by default it says smallest to largest. Let's try that and see if it does what we want. It does, right? So because it put the big ones on the bottom here and the bottom ones show up on top because we're stacking the bars on top of each other. That's why it does that. We see South Korea had out of the top 10 had 21 medals, then Italy at 28, then Australia at 29, and then we had 41, 42, 42, all the way up. So this allows me to see quite easily the magnitudes of the medal counts for the top 10 countries from the Rio Olympics. If I wanted it the other way, right, I could go back and I could sort it largest to smallest to see that way, right? Which I prefer what we had just done, which I prefer the biggest on top, right? So that's a bar chart. often useful. And for this also, it's probably a little bit better than a column chart. So we'll do that instead of pie charts. And that kind of finishes up the different types of charts that we are interested in for Unit